Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'm here at Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm having fun playing through the ESO stories. This is the guide that I'm going by. Recently, ZeniMax had their event called The World Plays ESO, and they came up with this nice little chart showing the order of all the DLCs and chapters to enjoy if you'd like to have everything fit together nice story-wise. And I'll have to admit, I've played ESO casually and been all over the place, and I never finished its stories in any of the zones. I do a story here and a story there, but they're all kind of disjuncted for me. So when I saw this, I thought, wow, this is great. I'm going to play through all the stories, finally, and be one of those people with a cooking pot on my head. Yes, I want to be like those people. So I know it's a bit of a commitment in terms of time, but I love all the voice acting and all, in these stories, and I would like to see them all finally. So this is basically my playthrough of ESO. Now I'm starting at the base game, but before I really get started with the base game, I'm working on getting companions, which, well, okay, so I'm jumping from here. Oh, well, you can't see where I'm pointing. Um, Jumping from base game all the way to the end at Blackwood, so that I can get companions. Now I have my first companion, Miri. Now it's time to go get the second one, Bastion. So let's see if we can get Bastion to join us for a little bit of fun. And see here all the people we rescued from the Daedra. So hopefully they appreciate that. So we'll head south. Muri was available in the north, and Bastion is in the south of the Blackwood zone. Now, once we have our companions, we'll go back to the main story content. But I just thought it would be nice to play through all the stories with a companion. Granted, the stories are calibrated to be able to be played alone, but I like having permanent companions. When I started playing ESO, I specifically skewed towards playing sorcerers, lots of sorcerers, simply because I loved the fact that they had permanent pets. Something that I used to like in other MMORPGs that I had played once upon a time. I always like it when you have some permanent thing that goes around with you. One RPG in particular,
You there.
Star Wars
The
The Old
Ivory Brigade
Republic,
has need of you.
has a feature where every character class gets a permanent companion. In fact, they have multiple companions that they can choose from. My guess is that ESO was probably using Star Wars The Old Republic as inspiration when they came up with their companion system. Since the companions are permanent, you can get more than one. They have stories that are associated with them, so I'm looking forward to having fun with
You
these.
have my word. If the counselor is in Leowin or the surrounding countryside, the Ivory Brigade will find her.
Okay, so we're just ignoring all the NPCs and we're just getting through the city in order to go down and find Bastion. Now my character seems a little bit faster. Allocated her champion points to where now she's not quite as slow as she was. Oh, speaking of things, I'm curious. What are the daily endeavors? Hmm. Sell 15 items to a merchant. Hey, I'm already just about there. And destroy a flame atronach. Collect 2 pure water springs or alchemical plants. You know what? I bet we could do that along
You
the
have
way.
my word. If the counselor is in Leowin or the surrounding countryside, the Ivory Brigade will find her. You there. A moment of your time, please.
Nope, kind of busy. I'm looking for pure water. It's usually somewhere around here somewhere. I didn't see any springs. Oh, maybe I can sell an item or two to a merchant in order to get that achievement.
How may I?
All right, here, let's sell one more. Ta-da! Sell 15 items to merchants. So, daily endeavor completed. Well, that's nice and simple. We'll dismiss her. I have an add-on that automatically resummons my active companion whenever I dismiss a merchant, so that I don't forget
All
to have
right,
a
so how
companion with
much
me.
trouble are you in?
Oh, by the way, we can put our companion in a costume too. Let's see.
Hope we find something interesting today.
Let's see. I don't know. She's rather drably dressed. She's going to be doing a lot of running, so probably not a dress. Here, how about the Song of the Night ensemble? That looks sufficiently, well, like you can get around. It's nice and loose. Oh well.
Let's ride!
I'll have to keep my eye out for plants to gather in order to get that other daily endeavor. I can grab a runestone while I'm here. Now, there are various quests around here, but I'm going to ignore all of these because we want to come back to Blackwood in the future after we've gone through the other chapters and DLC that preceded. Oh, good. Here is a shrine that we can unlock. At the same time, I'm keeping my eye out for any plants that I can gather. Whoops. Something lit up back there. I wasn't even, oh, it's probably a butterfly. Miri gets upset if you gather butterflies. I don't know why. Oh, there's a sky shard here. Well, might as well get it while we're in the neighborhood. I guess I'm under attack by something, but I'm too busy to deal with it. Oh, hello. It's Gamera. I liked all those turtle movies. Godzilla and Gamera, my two favorite movie monsters. King Kong's up there, but he comes in third or fourth. I also like Mecha Godzilla. I was really happy with the recent Godzilla movie. I mean, granted, it was not exactly, I wouldn't call it an instant classic. It's definitely not going to win for best screenplay. It's all basically just action and special effects and cheese. Lots of cheese, but you know what? I like cheese, so that's okay. It was entertaining, so. If not a cinematic masterpiece, at least it was a nice diversion for a while. I'll let that thing be. Doesn't look very tasty. There's a few of these ugly fish. I'm just keeping my eye out for things to pick. Oh, I see a lore book. I have an add-on installed that allows me to see the locations of all the lore books throughout the world. So when I come across one, if I'm just going right past it, might as well take a moment to pick it up. Ooh, Thieves' Trove. Finders keepers. Uh-oh, you have a problem with that?
I really don't like your odds.
Oh, and a chest. Unlocking chests is actually pretty easy. You just press the tumblers until your low lock pits starts to shake, and then release. You know, I hate to admit it, but when I
The
first
dark
started
air, so
playing
sweet
ESO,
and airy. A hint of crunch.
I didn't get the concept of lockpicking, and so I hated lockpicking. And I was like, oh, I don't understand this. But then one day I was like, oh, you just press it down until they jiggle, and then let go. Well, I can do that. Okay. Oh, Bastion's down here. We've overshot him a bit. I was having too much fun exploring. At least now that we have Muri with us, she will help us with the quest to get Bastion. You can use one companion to get another. I'm curious to see whether or not ZeniMax adds new companions in the future. I'm pretty sure that they will. Oops, I can't pass that up. We can always use more pewter. Might as well gather the wood too. If I'm stumbling across it, I'll go ahead and gather it. I'm not going out of my way to look for these items, but if it's right there, I hate stepping over it and just leaving it behind. That's provided I noticed it.
Off we go.
Oh, speaking of which, not only can I change her outfit, I can change her mount.
Change of plans?
She's free to ride any mount that I do. So let's see. OLG will like this. I'll make her ride a camel. Comrade Steed. Oh, apparently that's an achievement too. Ah, Ancient Pharaoh says, I'm back. Hey, welcome back to the stream, Ancient Pharaoh. Okay, so it's just about time to... Just looking to see if there was any more water around here. A nice clean spring that I could gather from for my daily endeavor, but I don't see anything. By the way, if you're just joining me on Twitch, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel,
I need some help.
where I'm here in Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm about to get my companion, well, my second companion, Bastion.
I don't know which of the 8 divines sent you this way, but I'm glad to see you. The name's Bastion. Be on your guard, friend. I was accosted by a dark elf. She went into the cave hours ago, but she might return at any moment.
What dark elf? What cave?
The dark elf Tanare Vels. She's a traveler I met along the road. The cave is Deep Scorn Hollow. The entrance is over by the dock. I'm here to retrieve a fellow named Quistley Silvel. His family sent me to find him. I think he's in trouble.
And what did you want from me?
Untie me, please. The Silvels will pay well if you help me get Quistley out of whatever trouble he's in. And I could use someone to watch my back. Interested? Oh, and check the shack. I think Tanare dropped something during our struggle.
I'll see if the Dark Elf left any clues, and I'll help you rescue Quistley. But first here, I'll untie you.
Thank you. Look around, would you? I'd like to examine whatever my attacker dropped.
Alright, let's see what we find. Oh, that must be it. As promised, our agreement in writing that you do not take me at my word after our long association is a bit insulting, but I am feeling indulgent. You are to bring one Quistley Silvel to the Syndicate in Leowin, preferably alive. Complete this job and your debt to the Syndicate will be cleared. This fool Quistley has a difficulty remembering his debts, but the Silvels are a wealthy Daggerfall family. Maybe they can pay off their son's obligation. If not, debts can be paid off in a number of ways, as you well know. Current whereabouts, seen leaving the city some weeks ago. Claimed to be going to Gideon. May have joined smugglers or bandits operating out of a cave south and east of Leowin. Deep Scorn Cavern or caves? That area is riddled with caves. Wears an expensive signet ring, dresses like a useless rich knob, fancies himself a ladies' man, brags a lot. Hopefully, smugglers haven't killed him before we can collect on his debt. Laz Tool, Leowin.
Did you find something? Here, let me have a look. A letter. I knew I saw something fall out of Tanare's satchel when she ambushed me. Why, this is a contract. Tanare Vels is bringing Quistley in to pay debts in Leowin.
You and Tanari Vels are on after the same quarry.
Damn it. I guess that explains why Tanare knocked me out and tied me up. Of course, that idiot Quistley would gamble away more than he had in his coin purse. He's done it before. Usually begs his parents for help, though.
Tanari's got a head start on you.
I ought to just let the Dark Elf have him, but it would be dishonorable. We better see if we can catch up to her. I'd like to leave her tied up and empty-handed when I drag Quistley out of here by his arrogant nose.
Did you tell Tanari you were going to Deep Scorn Hollow?
Probably? Yes, I did. We were just idly talking on the road. It never occurred to me that someone else might be looking for that petulant brat. It's not the first time I've been asked to get Quistley out of trouble.
Did Tanari react when you mentioned your task?
No, not that I noticed. She said to keep an eye out for smugglers along the coast, and departed soon after. She likely just hung back and followed me the rest of the way. Foolish of me. I should have been more alert.
Yeah. Loose lips sink ships. You don't sound very fond of Quistley.
I should try to hide it better, I suppose. We were raised together, more or less. Except he was the firstborn of a wealthy family, and I was the foundling they took in. Something which Quistley never quite let me forget.
Have you been looking after Quistley all along?
Well, it's the right thing to do. I mean, the Silvels gave me shelter, educated me alongside Quistley, even hired a tutor for me when I showed some magical aptitude. I owe them. And if looking out for Quistley is how I pay them back, so be it.
How often do you work for the Silvels?
All the time. House Silvel has interests in a dozen cities. I travel all over Tamriel, looking after their business. I'm a mage by training, but I spend my days dealing with contracts and cargoes. And chasing after Quistley.
If you don't like the work, why do you do it?
The Silvels fostered me from the time I was small, seeing to my education and giving me a place in their home. As I grew older, Lord Silvel employed me in the family business. What I want to do isn't important. I have an obligation.
Well, let's go find Quisley.
This is different for Quisley. He's not one for any sort of rough living, other than maybe going to gambling dens and taverns in the seedier parts of town.
Did you tell Teneri why you were going to Deepscorn?
Probably?
Oh,
Yes, I did.
okay. It didn't light up as completed, but apparently that was one that I asked him already. Whoops. Okay. So we've already heard all of his
A
dialogue.
dock, an abandoned
Oh,
shack,
poultry.
decayed by the water.
I'll take that.
Huh? Looks like a smuggler's den to me.
I could have that for something yummy later. The little frog was quick. He's like, hey, that Khajiit's looking at me. Kind of funny. Oh, well, then I guess I'll have to settle for crab. I'm always looking for new ingredients for my stew.
Maybe there's more to this place than meets the eye.
Ah, unpleasant
Time I
people.
had to look for Quisley in such a
If it
rustic
helps,
location.
I'm scared too.
Not his usual style.
The gear that my character is wearing gives me an XP bonus for kills, so I'm motivated to basically kill anything that moves.
How did Quisley
Whoops, no
stand
books
it down
here.
here? It's not what I'd call luxurious.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Quisley really got himself into it this time. The idiot.
Yeah, I'd say he made some big mistakes here. Oh, there we go. Get some apples. These can always come in handy for daily writ crafting later in the future.
All right, but don't cry for money.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not forgetting anything here. Whoops. Speaking of forgetting things, here, whatever's in there, I will take it.
I wonder what this place was. It doesn't look dwarven.
Off with you, Swit!
Ah, there we go. I was hoping that there was more people here. I want to get as much of an XP bonus as I can for kills. So, no survivors. Whoops. Ow, that didn't feel good. Oh no, and there goes my connection. My internet service provider is saying, Joe, you really are having too much fun. Why don't we disconnect you? It's like, ISP, is that really necessary? And of course, the ISP is saying, yes, that loud sound that you just heard, that's OBS saying, disconnected from Twitch, trying to reconnect. So here, I will give it a moment and see whether or not the ISP comes back. Sometimes it just basically they reset my connection because they They like to change my IP. They see the amount of data that goes through my connection. They assume that I'm running servers or something. All my servers are actually inside my network and they do not face the internet. However, the amount of data that goes out because I'm streaming can tend to kind of look like I'm running some kind of a service. Of course, all they'd have to do is look at it as like, oh, it's all going to Twitch or all going to YouTube or any of the other platforms. Nope, it looks like I am disconnected. Oh well. Oh, and my ISP just came back up. All right, let's see if we can pick up where we left off. I will try. So if you're watching us on Twitch and saying, Joe, how could your connection be interrupted? I can see you. You're watching the buffer. So as soon as it reconnects to Twitch, it'll play out all the stuff that you missed while I was offline. All right, so let's get back into it. Whoops. The ISP is like, psych! You thought we were going to reconnect you, Joe, but nah, we're not going to do that. EvilNet hates me, and I hate EvilNet. Okay, it's back up again. Let's try again. There are certain times where it'll be up, it'll be down, it'll be up, it'll be down. Oh, great. Now it's going to take ZeniMax a moment to realize, oh yeah, he logged out because ISP. This happens sometimes, yeah. I have a terrible internet service provider. There's another ISP which is claiming that they're going to be able to offer fiber in my area very soon. Kind of hoping. Oh, and that sound means we have reconnected to Twitch, so we should be streaming again. Remember, if you're watching this and you're wondering, but Joe, I'm watching. It's on a delay, so you're watching the buffer. Okay, let's try and get back in. It's one of those nights. Okay, whoops. Oh, we are back. Okay. All right. All set. Oh, speaking of bonuses for kills, Miri levels up based on XP from kills. So she likes it when we kill lots of people.
Chrisley really got himself into it this time. The idiot.
Mother Morrowind has her eye on you.
Looks like the ruin just sunk into the ground here.
Okay, let me claim our rewards since we just made it to level 8. Take the Tailor's Crafting Box since I'm always making things for Magicka-related characters wearing light gear. We have 1 skill point. Actually, let's see, for class... Let's go ahead and morph this to the Hungry Scythe. So we slash into their life force, and we gain a heal over time. So this will be great for doing things solo.
Help! Help! Somebody!
Keep your voice down. Those lunatics will hear
Look,
you.
They have captives.
Over here. Let me out before these cultists kill me. I
Let
would
me
not
out too!
linger here.
There's a cult of
Leave
Sithis
if
in
you
these
value
caves!
your
They
life.
sacrifice people! Thank you. We've been here for days. You should get out of here too, stranger. These people, the Unmakers, they're crazy. I think they're preparing to sacrifice people. Why would anyone want to do such a thing?
We're looking for a Breton named Quisley Silvel. Have you seen him?
I've met no one by that name, but that doesn't mean he isn't here somewhere. The only non-cultist I've seen in days was a dark elf who sneaked by a short time ago. She motioned for us to wait and left without a word. I should go.
Wait, who are these people, and why did they take you prisoner?
They're cultists, I think. They follow someone called the Daughter of Sithis, and they talk about sacrifices to the Unmaker. I was on the road to Gideon when they grabbed me. Can I go now?
Take the passage to the south, and be careful.
Before we continue, let's talk a moment.
Okay.
Cultists? That explains some of the decoration in here. So much for the smuggler hypothesis. I didn't expect to have to fight through a nest of cultists to extract Quisley from this mess, but so be it. What's he gotten himself mixed up in now?
Do you know anything about Sithis cults?
What's there to know? They worship a god of death, darkness, and primordial chaos. Nothing good can come of that. Quisley's always getting into trouble, but it usually involves love or dice. He could be in real danger this time.
The Wood Elf saw Tanari Vels come through here not long ago. She wants Quisley alive, too.
Allowing Quisley to be dragged off to angry criminals is not much of an improvement. While Quisley might deserve it, I can't let Tanari Vels get him either. I want to try to grab one of these cultists and get some answers.
Why are you responsible for Quisley?
It's a long story. Suffice it to say, I owe his family a great debt. Quisley and I were more or less raised together. The Silvels count on me to watch out for him, or help him if he needs it.
So you and Quisley are like brothers?
That's what the Silvels say when they need me to help him. But he's their son. I'm just someone they raised. Forgive me if I sound ungrateful. They took me in and made sure I was clothed, educated, trained. They didn't have to do that.
How many times have you had to get Quisley out of trouble?
I've lost count. He does as he pleases. Unfortunately, what pleases him seems to land him in hot water. Every time. This, though, how Quisley stumbled into a cult's clutches, I can only guess.
You said you owe the Silvels a debt?
I'm the son of Lord Martel Hallex, the traitor.
A traitor? I haven't heard of him.
I suppose the story's not well known outside of court circles. My father was one of High King Emmerich's most trusted advisors. But when I was only a toddler, he plotted to secretly murder Emmerich and appoint himself regent. Or so I'm told.
What happened?
He failed, of course. Others in my family were implicated in the plot. The High King stripped House Hallex of its titles and domains. My mother died of shame. I was far too young to have been a part of it, though, so the Silvels took me in.
Okay, well, let's see where this road leads us. There we go. Oh! Enthralled socialite, huh? Oh, I didn't even see you there.
Fetcher.
Let's corner one of these cultists. They might know what's happened to Quisley.
There's a few of them in here. I'm sure we can pick a nice talkative candidate.
I'm not really with them. Don't hurt me!
Well, now, wait a minute. Come back here.
You there! Stop!
You'd better not lay a finger on me. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Xanathar, give me patience.
What is the meaning of this intrusion? Who are you people? What do you think you're doing here? I warn you, I am favored by the daughter of Sithis. She will avenge every injury you inflict on me.
We need information, and we're looking for Quisley Silvel.
Quisley Silvel? He belongs to Leleus now. She is the daughter of Sithis, and none dare defy her. Leave while you can. You're fools if you think you can save him from her.
I should have joined the Fighters Guild. Then I would have the option, if I had put a point into it, for the Intimidate option. So we'll have to just talk to him the regular way and say, fine. Where is Leleus then? When will she sacrifice Quisley?
The daughter of Sithis and her brother are in the Fane of Scorn. I don't know when she plans to grant Silvel the Kiss of Sithis. Someone else is to be sacrificed today. I've told you what you wanted to know. Can I go?
If Quisley isn't to be sacrificed, then who is?
Some dark elf they caught. Even now she faces the death of the crystal fangs in the next chamber. Leleus herself presides in the Fane below. I haven't been invited there yet, so I don't know for sure where it is. Now let me go. Please?
Bastion, what do you want to do with this cultist?
I don't believe him. I think he knows more than he says he does. The daughter of Sithis? The Fane of Scorn? I don't believe it. Quisley's fallen in with death worshippers?
Is Quisley the type to join a cult?
Hardly. The only thing that interests Quisley is himself. Either these Sithis followers hid their true nature to lure him in, or he's so besotted with a woman that he doesn't realize he's in danger. Either way, I'd better get him out of here.
I'll go with the latter. Alright, so what about Tenare Vels?
I'm not sure I believe this sniveling cultist, but we shouldn't let anyone get sacrificed. Not even Tenare Vels. Let's split up. You keep going, in case he's telling the truth. I'll see if I can find out more about the daughter and the Fane.
I'll see you later.
Please. I'll tell you anything you want. Just let me go.
I'm sure some educative beatings will loosen
I know
his tongue.
where a map of this place is. It's not far. Just, don't hit me.
Helpful of you. What else can you tell me?
Probably be more helpful to hit him several times. It tends to jog the memory. Oh, hello guys. No need to get up. I brought you a friend. Whoa.
Help! Break these crystals! Please, they're killing me! I guess this is a fight now.
Okay, let's smash these things. Yoink. I love how I kill half the room, and this other cultist is just oblivious, just stands there.
Praise Vec. Thank you, stranger. Let's talk somewhere safer. Those Ugh, my skin still feels like I've got 1,000 tiny spiders biting me. That was horrible. Oh, and thank you. I don't know what someone like you is doing here, but I won't argue with Providence.
I'm helping Bastion Hallex find his foster brother.
Ah, the dutiful and not terribly clever mage. I'll bet he's angry with me. I took care not to inflict any permanent damage on him, and I fully intended to set him free just as soon as I finish here. It's business, not personal.
I freed Bastion and found your contract with Lars Tull.
Then you understand my predicament. I need Sylvel if I want Lars Tull off my back, but it's not worth getting myself killed over. Help me get out of here and I'll help you. I got a look at a map, so I think I know where you can find Sylvel.
What do you know about this place?
Not much. Lars Tull suspected that Quisley was hiding out in a smuggler's cave on the coast. I thought I'd have to check them all. Then I ran into your friend, Bastion. I knew there was something off about the smuggler story, though. It didn't fit.
You said something about a map?
I found notes left behind by some unfortunate scholar. He'd apparently come here to make a survey of the ruins. I hope he had the good sense to retreat when he found fresh evidence of occult presence. More likely, he came to a bad end.
Did you see anything about a chamber called the Fane of Scorn?
I did. It's all the way down at the end of this maze, naturally. The scholar's notes hinted that it's an abandoned temple, once dedicated to Sithis. Well, probably not abandoned now.
How much of a debt does Quisley Sylvel owe this Lars Tull?
He must be in deep, if Lars Tull is willing to write off what I owe to get his claws on Quisley. Too bad for him, but it's a chance for me to get out of a bad situation. Lars Tull makes a good living from other people's mistakes. Or desperation.
How did you end up in debt to Lars Tull?
I borrowed gold against imagined winnings, like every gambler ever. You ask a lot of questions. Not to be rude, but I'd really rather find Quisley and get out of here. These cultists already tried to sacrifice me once, after all. Good.
Okay.
I saw a rough map of this place before I got caught, so I think I know where to go. I'll keep out of your way if we run into more cultists.
Oh,
After that ritual,
we will.
no condition for a fight. Off with you, Swit!
Whoops. Oh, I thought you were dead. Well, now you're dead. Okay, I guess that's everybody. Trying to make sure to get as much XP for kills as I can.
Oh, damn. Dead end and a vampire in a cage. This isn't terribly helpful. There's got to be
You're
a way
not part
through.
of this cult, are
I
you?
know what I saw
In
on
fact,
the
you
map.
appear to be lost.
Maybe the map showed a passage that isn't here?
Well, let's talk to her first.
I would have sworn the map I saw showed a passage here. Unless... could it be a hidden passage? I'll look around a bit. Why don't you see if the vampire knows anything?
Okay. What do you think the vampire knows?
If he's been here long enough, he must have seen cultists coming or going through any hidden passages. But be careful with him. I don't trust vampires.
The map you saw might have been inaccurate.
Perhaps. But I'd rather not fight my way through half the cult to get to Quisley Sylvel. If there's a passage here, it could save us quite a lot of trouble. Get in, get what you need, then get out. That's how I prefer to do things.
Oh, I'd prefer to fight half the cult. Oh well, I'll talk to the vampire.
Your comrade is correct. There's a hidden door. Your dark elf friend watches me with no small amount of suspicion. Perfectly understandable, but I'm not a slave to my hunger. Why are you wandering around Deepscorn Hollow anyway? The daughter of Sithis is fond of sacrificing strangers.
We're searching for a Breton named Quisley Sylvel.
I have heard the name. The daughter of Sithis herself has him. These miserable Sithis pretenders. I can show you the passage you seek. I'll consider it payback for the way they locked me up.
That would be helpful.
They hid the switch for a secret door under that crate over there by the wall. Clever, if one is a child. I cannot believe I thought these weak-minded fools might have a genuine insight into the dark mysteries of Sithis.
Tell me more about the daughter of Sithis.
Lalace is a noble from Leowen who made a game of dabbling in dark lore. As I understand it, she found this place and managed to wake a presence that had been sleeping here for ages. She surrendered to the darkness eagerly. I doubt that it cared.
What about all the socialites who follow her?
Fools and dilettantes bewitched by the daughter's powers. They believe she is the living embodiment of Sithis' dark will, servant of an ancient power. But the only power she serves is her own avarice and lust, like any greedy mortal.
Thank you for your help.
Huh. Surprisingly helpful.
Alright, so it's underneath this crate.
Wait, would you do me a favor in return?
I suppose I could entertain the possibility.
Perhaps before you rush off, you might unlock this cell? A favor in return for my showing you the switch? Let me again assure you, I'm in control of my urges. I shall not harm you.
First tell me how you wound up in that cell.
I came here hoping the temple held answers about my condition. But the cultists discovered me as I fed upon an unwary noble from Gideon. The daughter of Sithis was intrigued, but when she realized I had not yet mastered my powers, she locked me away.
Why don't you just turn into mist?
Yes, that would be an elegant solution to my predicament. I'm afraid that I'm rather new to this state of being. I haven't figured out that trick yet.
How do I know you won't attack us?
I'm still capable of gratitude, stranger. I just want to be free of this place. I came here expecting something quite different.
Fine, I'll let you out. But if you want to fight, I'm ready. Oh, I guess I have to unlock the door.
Thank you. Perhaps the friend you seek might still be alive.
Maybe. We'll see. Oh, I see a Massage Cook has joined us in Twitch chat and says, "Hey Joe, I found out combat styles in Star Wars The Old Republic coming in December is that tech users can use any tech weapons and Force users can use any Force weapon. You will be given more choices." I'm actually looking forward to that. I'll be curious to see how that works out.
I knew it. I never grow tired of being correct. This should take us right to the cult's hidden temple. Come on! Hold up a moment before we go on. I've been thinking. I stumbled headlong into a bad situation once already. I do try to learn from my mistakes. I've been thinking. There's a good chance we won't find Quisley Sylvel alive.
What happens if you return empty-handed?
Nothing good. I wouldn't go so far as to say that it comes down to bringing Quisley in, or taking his place, but it's close. I really need to be free of Lars Tull. I barely persuaded him to give me this chance. I won't get another one.
What do you suggest then?
This may sound ghoulish, but if Quisley is dead, I'd like his signet ring. It's big, gold, and set with rubies. If I bring it back to Lars Tull, it will show that I held up my end of our bargain, and he would take it in payment of my debt.
We need to locate Quisley first, alive or dead.
Someone's coming!
Oh, there you are. I'm afraid I wasted my time on that cultist. He knew nothing. Glad I caught up to you.
Sure you beat him
I
hard
see
enough?
you found that Tenare. Watch your back, friend.
That, let me guess, expletive redacted?
You put the fear of the gods into our captive cultist. He was sobbing on the floor when I gave up and left. I did meet a surprisingly talkative vampire, though. He told me which way you went. And seriously, do not turn your back on Tenare.
Have you learned anything more about this cult?
Our weepy friend told me that Quisley's quite taken with this daughter of Sithis. Figures. My guess is he told her his family is wealthy, so she's keeping him alive for ransom. We'll probably find them in the shrine they call the Fane of Scorn.
Tenari knows where the Fane is, although she thinks Quisley may be sacrificed already.
She seems like the sort who expects the worst. I remain optimistic. I don't always get along with Quisley, but I don't want him to end up sacrificed by the cult. Or turned into some crime boss's object lesson, for that matter.
Someone has to pay Quisley's debts in Leowin.
Not at the cost of his life. I'll figure out something. I always do. But just in case, warn Tenari that she'd better not try anything foolish when we get Quisley. She caught me off guard once. It won't happen again.
Let's just find him first, and then we can sort it all out.
You're not even going to apologize, are you?
I'm sorry?
Just keep your distance from Quisley. He's my responsibility.
Okay, well, it's sort of an uneasy truce, but it's very uneasy.
All right, don't cry for Mummy.
I like hitting them with a skull and with the blast bone simultaneously, so it all gets there at the same time. Let's check and see if there are any books. Try to read them all just in case anything will teach me a skill or be a lore book. Oh, do these count? No, I guess not. Okay, party time, guys. Let's all get together and have fun. Okay, I get a Prophet's Inferno staff, but I'm just going to keep using the one that I have for now because it's a nice set piece. Oh, there we go. start working on getting some of these passive abilities.
I know use in a fight right now.
What
I'll
are
keep back.
you doing here?
Arise,
Go
my
away.
brother. Kill these trespassers.
I'll just... oh dear. I'll get out of the way.
I hate Quisly.
I need to grab Quisly before he runs off again. The little bastard.
All right, let's see if we can catch him.
How dare you? Lalise would never have hurt me. She said so.
She murders people, you idiot! You were probably next!
I'm not talking to you, Bastion. Nor to that rude dark elf that just laughed at me. You spoiled everything! You and that lumbering oaf my father insists on sending to make my life miserable, and whoever that dark elf is, barging in and ruining my life. Who do you people think you are?
We saved your life. The cultists planned to sacrifice you.
Well, that's just your opinion. Everybody here treated me as a guest of honor. And Lalise, the daughter of Sithis, chose me to be her consort. She told me that she'd give me the kiss of Sithis soon. Why would you ruin this for me?
Tenare says Lars Toll wants a word with you.
That is no concern. Wait. Did you say Lars Tull? Is that why the Dark Elf's here? I've seen her in his headquarters, Otir. I may owe him some gold.
You're lucky to be leaving this place alive, whoever claims you.
Claim me? I am not some sack of flour to be bargained over. Oh, very well. Bastion works for me, indirectly. I'll go with him. I can write a promissory note for the Dark Elf to deliver to her thug of a boss. He's a terrible person.
I'm not sure the decision is up to you, Quisly.
Bastion doesn't seem very fond of Quisly. I can't imagine why. We compared notes while you were talking with that simpering idiot. Bastion said he might have an idea that would solve things for both of us.
You don't want to deliver Quisly to Lars Tull?
Years ago, I lost everything trying to get my brother out of a fishy trading scheme. Lars Tull offered to help me. I'm still paying for it. It would be grand to be done with Lars Tull and to pull one over him at the same time.
Sounds risky.
If Bastion's willing to work with me, and perhaps forget about the knocked out and tied up business, I think we might have room for a compromise.
I'll speak with him and see what he's thinking.
Once we get Quisly out of here, I'm done. I've paid my debt to his family 3 times over. All right. I think I know how to sort this out. If Tenare is prepared to listen, that is. I'm willing to overlook the knock on the head to settle this.
What's your plan?
First, we need to get Quisly out of Blackwood. Tenare doesn't have anything personal against him. Well, no more than anyone else who meets him. But the criminals she'd bring Quisly to might kill him.
Will Quisly go along with that?
I'll threaten to tell his parents about this whole affair unless he cooperates and goes straight back to Daggerfall. Quisly knows that Lord Sylvel can cut him off. It's the only threat that actually scares him. He would have to earn a living.
What a travesty, huh? What about Tenare?
I think we can all walk away from this. We ship Quisly home, secretly. Then we make sure that Tanare has something she can take back to Lars Tull. Thank you, friend. I think Lord Sylvel would agree that you've earned your payment. What do you think, Tanare? Are you willing to give it a try?
I'll need to bring Lars Tull proof of Quisley's demise.
What kind of proof would you need?
I'm clearly not dead!
How about a
If
finger?
I bring Quisley's signet ring to Lars Tull, he'll believe me.
That's what I was thinking. I'll tell the Sylvels that Quisley sold the ring to pay his debt.
I'm right here!
That ring should work. It might even cover most of Quisley's debt.
What? My ring? I'm not giving you a damn thing! Bastian, keep that woman away from me!
Ooh, I bet that felt satisfying.
Here you go. I'll make sure Quisley understands to stay away from Blackwood.
Thank you. This should clear my account with Lars Tull. And perhaps clear yours with this ingrate and his family too.
We should leave this place. I'll see Quisley on his way when he comes around.
Oh, time to go. All right, before we head out, let's see. There's a few more books to read, just to make sure that I haven't missed any potential skills or lore books. Okay, well, let's see what's over here. Oh, I guess that's it. So that completes Bastion's companion quest, and from here on out, we can summon him as a companion. So if I wanted to, right now, I should now have access to Bastion. Oh, can't use it while mounted. Alright.
Rested and ready for anything.
Okay, great. So now she has both companions. Alright, this is a good spot to end this video here. So join me next time here on Joe Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where hopefully our ISP will be more cooperative and we'll begin having fun with the initial base game at Strassum Kai as we play through the base story. Keep in mind that although this character is a Khajiit, she is not part of the normal Aldemary Dominion. So she's with the Daggerfall Covenant. So she'll start her story at Strassum Kai, just to be fun. I always like the way Daggerfall Covenant's storyline started. So we'll pick it up there next time as we have fun playing through all the stories of Elder Scrolls Online. See you then.